Titanus Prime's interior had turned into a war zone. Emergency sirens wailed relentlessly, red lights pulsed like a dying heartbeat, and heat shimmered off the metal walls. Outside, the galaxy's largest battle raged, but inside, Titanus was facing an invasion of its own. The boarding attack. Nova landed on Deck 14, her boots skidding slightly on the trembling floor. She activated thermal vision, scanning every shadow. 3 heat signatures appeared instantly, and none of them were human. "They're inside," she whispered into her comm link, as static crackled. "They're moving toward the reactor conduits." Zane's voice came through, strained under heavy gunfire. "Stop them at any cost. Nova, if they reach the conduits, Titanus is done." Nova tightened her grip on her rifle. Her pulse hammered. The Architect drones weren't just machines. They were nightmares made of metal and meat. She turned the corner. A shadow dropped from the ceiling. KR. RAK. The drone's blade arm stabbed through the wall, inches from her face. Nova rolled backward, firing a burst of plasma that seared straight through its torso. But the creature didn't fall. It hissed, a wet, inhuman sound, and lunged again. Nova growled, "Come on. Just die already." She drew her shock baton mid-jump. Electricity cracked through the air as she slammed it into the drone's skull. The creature spasmed violently, its neural veins rupturing, before collapsing in a smoking heap. Nova didn't wait. She ran. They were getting closer to the reactor. She could feel it. Kale sat at Titanus's weapon control station, surrounded by alarms and flames erupting from nearby panels. Main cannon cooling level 300% above safe limit. He shouted, "If we fire again, the mount will explode." Captain Rhodes snarled back, eyes wild, then let it blow. "We're already dying. Tega. D. Shot." Kale swallowed hard, locked the coordinates. Outside Titanus S. Massive front cannon started charging a blinding blue column, forming like a star being born. The ship groaned under the pressure, metal twisting. Then boom, a beam of pure plasma tore through an Architect dreadship. The alien vessel froze for a heartbeat, then erupted into violet flames, its organic hull dissolving into dust. Kale breathed in relief, until every console went red. Core, failure. Coolant, breach core. Failure, critical. Shutdown. Main cannon. Destroyed, Captain. Kale whispered, voice hollow. "We're out of guns." Rhodes closed his eyes for a moment. "Then may God help us now." As if answering him, 3 Architect living ships fired simultaneously. Their beams carved Titanus's midsection open like a butcher slicing meat. The ship screamed as metal ruptured. Several decks were instantly torn into the void. Titanus Prime was dying. Lyra and Una 09 were holding the defensive line on Deck 7. The corridor shook violently with every hit outside. Sparks rained from above, smoke filling the air. "Right flank, now." Lyra jailed. Unito 9 grabbed a drone by the throat, slammed it into the wall, and crushed its skull with a hydraulic punch. Threat neutralized. It sighed calmly. Lyra checked her tracker, her face drained of color. There were dozens more coming. Suddenly, the entire deck lurched sideways as Titanus split deeper. Metal screamed. A section of ceiling tore open. Kale's panicked voice blasted over the intercom. "All units. Titanus is breaking apart. Retreat to the central spine now." Lyra spun toward Unit 09. "Come with me." But Unit 09 didn't move. "My directive states, protect organic operators at all costs." Lyra's voice cracked. "No, not again. I'm not losing someone else." For the first time since she'd known him, Unito 9 placed a gentle hand on her shoulder, almost human. "You will, because this is how you survive." Before she could argue, the ceiling split open, and a swarm of Architect drones poured through like metallic spiders. Unito 9 shoved Lyra behind a fallen support beam. "Go! Unit 09, don't you dare." He didn't listen. The synthetic soldier charged straight into the swarm, taking dozens of plasma hits. His metallic body tore open, wires spilling like veins. Then, softly, through Lyra's cum. Goodbye, Lyra. A massive white flash erupted. The explosion incinerated every drone on the deck, along with Unit 09. Lyra collapsed, shaking, tears dripping into the dust. Idiot, she whispered. You heroic idiot. Outside the Titanus, a massive shadow eclipsed the battlefield. An enormous, nightmarish architect ship. The Harvester of Dawn descended into view, dwarfing even Titanus Prime. It surfaced, pulsed, like a living organism, black metal shifting with purple by thousands of parasite drones crawled across its hull. And beneath its center, an energy maw wider than Titanus itself. When it opened its space, went silent. Human weapons cut out, alien signals faded. Captain Rhodes stared at the sight, horrified. That thing isn't a ship, it's a predator. A swirling gravity vortex erupted from its maw, pulling everything toward it. Thousands of human ships were dragged screaming into the void. Titanus Prime began sliding forward helplessly. Zane's voice blasted over the comms. Engine boost, now. But Titanus's engines were already dying. Reactor sparks burst, hull plates cracked. Gravity waves twisted the ship like a toy. Titanus was being pulled into the Harvester. On Deck 12, Zane felt the pull of force grabbing his bones and dragging him toward the outer hull. He clung to a railing as equipment flew past him and vanished into space through the cracked walls. His tablet blinked violently. Reactor core. 49 seconds to meltdown conduit failure manual override required location. Deck 20 status. Death zone nitrogen monoxide survivors detected. Zane froze. Deck 20 was basically a furnace now. No one had made it out. Captain Rhodes whispered through static. Someone has to go. Zane's eyes hardened. Nova was fighting alone. Lyra was broken from Unit 09's death. Kale was barely keeping the ship alive. If no one fixed the reactor, everyone would die. Zane exhaled once. Slowly, painfully. I'm going. And he sprinted toward Deck 20, straight into hell.